Thank you. I really like this jacket, and I think I might keep it. We did, this time last year, we were promoting our lithium assets out at Lake Johnson, but this year we've pivoted to gold in a big way. In fact, we've immersed ourselves so much that now I'm wearing it. It's the Uden Gold Project. We've only just recently acquired it, and it's a great project. It ticked all the boxes for us when we were looking to diversify out of lithium and into gold. We're not in a fly-by-night thing. This is something we're going to be dedicated to, and we're going to get into production pretty soon. As usual disclaimer, everyone can read at their leisure. So where are we? Well, we decided to stay local, around the same area as Lake Johnson. We're only 130 kilometres away from a lithium project. That gives us a great opportunity to progress both projects at the same time using the same personnel. So we're not skimping on resources ourselves to go from one place to the next. We're getting a head start on it as well. So we're updating the previous 2004 resource that was done, which I'm not allowed to put in this presentation again, but let's just say it was 238,000 ounces. And we're going to JORC compliance 2012. There was some recent drilling that was done that was released yesterday, re-released yesterday to the ASX. That was done by the previous owners, and that's also going to be adding to the resources as well. So we're looking for an uptick in those that initial ounces. It's had previous operating mines on there from the 1990s. Any people who are around in the 1990s would recognise that the gold price was pretty shithouse then, to say the least. Especially in the late 90s, got down to around $300 an ounce, which is 11 times less than what it is today. So those pits were never really finished off, and I still got a fair bit left in the bottom of them as well, which we're going to be chasing as well. There's also existing stockpiles there, which were termed low grade at the time, but the cut-off grade that went to the Bounty mill was 1.5 grams per tonne. So they were mining from down to 0.6. So 0.6 to 1.5 is still sitting in those stockpiles. We want to get in there and drill those, and then chuff them off to processing nearby plant. So just zooming in on the main Uden Gold deposit, it's not small. It's 2.5 kilometres in strike length. It's been drilled over that entire strike length. There is some other hits too outside of that. It sits on the Van Uden Shear, and we've got a lot of which is the contact between the basalt and the sediments. We've still got a lot of that on our granted mining leases there. I must emphasise that we have granted mining leases. Also, you'll see there as well our miscellaneous licence, which has a haul road on it. That needs a little bit of a touch-up before we can run trucks on it, but it does go out to what is now a sealed road, which goes north to Marble Lock, and there's a plant there, and it also carries on further to the sealed road out to the Grayson Highway, further to the north as well. So it is a large deposit. It's got a lot of opportunity to grow on it as well. Not a lot of drilling has been done on this, other than the 2020 to 2024 drilling, but prior to that, didn't really see a drill hole put in it beyond 2000. So in the just zooming in on where we're at with this is the Tasman open pit, which was mined in 1998 to 2000. That was the last thing to basically come out and go into the Bounty mill before it closed. They delivered at that time greater than 2.5 grams per tonne. So it can be a high grade deposit, depending on how much waste you want to shift. The historic drilling on it, as I said before, was only done in the 1990s. Everyone was pretty shy back then to drill beyond 150 metres. Not many people drilled for gold beyond 200. Back then, a deep pit was 120 metres. So nowadays, 200 metres is pretty shallow. It's got walk-up drill targets all over it, all over that 2.5 kilometre long strike length. Plenty of scope for resource expansion. Just on corporately, again, a lot of people don't seem to know we are into gold. We've only got a market cap of $10 million. Still got $2 million in the bank. We still have a fairly tight register. Top 50 shareholders holding just shy of 65% of the company. Directors and management in there with 9%. Our new shareholders from the transaction, Montague, in there with 7%. And the founding shareholders are still in there with 20.5%. We've got a strong board and management that keep me under control. Just on the overall project, so you can see we are very close to our existing Lake Johnson project as well, and we're sitting in that Forestania Southern Cross Greenstone belt, which is absolutely loaded with gold deposits. It's had a long history of gold mining in that district, and we plan to add to it and reinvigorate the southern end of it. We've also got established infrastructure where we are. I mentioned the haul roads already, but there's also a power line which runs along the northern edge of the mining leases as well. That's underutilised at the moment. It's only used for power for the Mount Holland lithium camp at the moment. So, and because the Cosmic Boy plant to the south there is idled at the moment. We have 4 granted mining leases, which is great, and they're long-dated ones as well. We do exploration licenses as well for a bit of upside as well. And we're quite close to the Marble Lock processing plant. 20% of the project, or the main parts of the project, is owned by Bartow, and Bartow owns the Marble Lock plant. We've done a lot of work on the project since we acquired it, even beforehand, while we're going through the DD stage. Our exploration manager, Trevor Saul, that's him in the photo there, looking like he's in the field, and has reinterpreted the entire deposit. And here it is here. We just do a bit of a fly through of his reinterpretation. So everything in red there is the main shear mineralisation. You can see that it's still open at depth. It's very shallowly drilled. The pink there is a newly modelled flat structure. Where that hits the Van Uden shear, it causes blowouts in the deposit and makes it wider, up to 20 and 30 metres wide. You can see that the old pits there are very shallow, less than 30 metres deep, and they don't take in much of the resource. There's extensive laterite as well, which also didn't make its way into the previous 2004 compliant resource, and that's going to be added in our new resource now as well. So there's more tonnes, more grade. As you can see, it's not a small deposit. It's just a matter of drilling that's really keeping it where it is at the moment. If we just need to drill deeper to get more ounces. This is a view now looking to the west. You can see the dip there. It's about 45-degree dip down to the east. That's great as well, because then that forms a natural footwall to the eventual pit, which means we're really only just taking it back in stages on the eastern side. Should be very easy mining. And this is a view now from the north looking south. And just zoom out there so you can see just the total extent of it. This is some cross-section now through the Tasman open pit. This shows the new drilling that was done in 2020 to 2024 in the blue there. That basically fills in some more down dip extension. It's also quite close space, so we're hoping to get some indicated resources out of that. It'll also add some more tonnes in grade as well. And there's some very good grades in that were released yesterday. Just the past mining in there, so 136,000 tonnes were taken out of there at 2.54. And as I said, there's low-grade stockpiles, what was called low-grade back then, it's high-grade today, is still sitting there waiting to be exploited by us. On the Demons pit to the north, that pit there was mined in 1990, and it was for a heap leach trial specifically. So it's a very shallow pit, that one. It's only about 25 metres deep. But again, it's got extensive resources underneath it, and also a lot of laterite around it too, which has been untouched. The new drilling for that will all go into the JORC 2012 update, which should be coming out later on this month. We've also got the Gold City prospect, which is on an exploration licence to the south. It's got some old workings on it. There was some gold taken out of there, but there's no historical production records. A lot of it was pre-war stuff. So there's plenty of potential there as well for some further regional upside. It's open, up dip, long strike, and there's plenty of ground there for us to go and explore. So what's our strengths? Well, we've got 2 commodities to work on, but of course we've got the gold is going to be our most advanced. We reckon we can get that into production soon with the stockpiles, hopefully before the end of the year, and then looking to go into the full open pit early next year. We've got a bit of work to do on some metallurgical work to do as well on that, and that'll be undertaken over the next few months as well. Granted mining leases, as I said, it's a fast track to production. We're pretty much, once we've got the resource done and we've got some pit designs done, we can then move into our first mining proposal submission as well, and we should get that in well before the end of the year. The exploration upside I've mentioned already, so there's plenty of upside there, but our concentration initially is going to be getting gold ore into a plant and getting some cash flow happening. Gold's at record highs, as we've heard before, and it's good to see that it's predicted to stay above 3,000 US for some time. So what have we got going forward? The resource estimation, as I said, is going to be pumped out in May, later on this month. Got some bulk density test work that's going to be done this month as well. It's getting done by independent consultants as well, so that we can satisfy our JORC 2012 compliance. On the exploration side of things, we're going to be drilling those dumps later on this month as well. We had a POW submitted. In fact, we got that granted just yesterday as well, so that's all good, and then we can move forward with getting a drill rig on there. We're also going to prioritise our drilling targets, focusing on high-grade extensions at Van Uden and Gold City. Get our drilling campaigns underway. Near-term production, though, is what we're all about, and we're hoping to get that away before the end of the year and get some more money in the bank. Our permitting approvals are already underway. So we have a production pathway, hopefully towards the end of this year. Thank you for your attention.